TJ Johnson-Finn, the Director of the Bastrop County Business Owners Association.
And I'm Connie Schrader, Mayor of the City of Bastrop.
Can you believe it? We're almost to the end. One more episode after this. I can't believe we're on episode 12, and we got some great guests.
And I'm looking forward to Christmas and got some new Christmas ideas too.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be talking with Melissa Middlebrooks with Graystone Gardens. I think she's got some ideas for us.
Yes, and then we're going to be here with Amberely Palmer. We're going to talk about the Christmas market for CASA, and then we have a special guest. I don't know if we'll say his name and give it away, but I'll say Classic Bank has somebody you need to meet.
Our next guest is Melissa Middlebrooks with Graystone Gardens. I know how much you love plants, TJ.
I do love plants. I have a beautiful memorial garden. And I actually have a plant from your place in my daughter's memorial garden. So plants are always a good idea, right, Connie? If you don't know what to get somebody, get them a plant.
I need help. I'm always the person going, I need something that is easy to take care of. So how long has Graystone Gardens been in place?
So we opened, it was 2 years ago in October. Our address is 276 Highway 304. We're exactly 1 mile south of Home Depot down 304 on the right-hand side.
Super easy to find,
Super
very
easy.
Convenient.
We do rent the space behind two houses, so from the road you can just see the houses, but we have a big banner by the gate that says nursery in big green letters. You just pull in there and go to the back of the property.
Nice.
And it is a gorgeous location. So we started out in a different place and it wasn't working out for us to stay there. So I said, God, I feel like we need a nursery in Bastrop. Please help us find a place. And 2 days later, the lady that owns the house up front said, I have some area behind my house. Won't you come look at it and see if it would work for you? So Joni and I went out, and there's this oak tree there. It's hundreds of years old. It's just gorgeous.
Nice.
And we saw that tree, and we said, thank you, Jesus. This is the place.
That's awesome.
What a story. I love it.
So
I know that we needed a nursery here in Bastrop because, everybody knows I'm the general manager at the Hampton Inn. So when we needed to replace our plants after the freeze, we reached out to Graystone, and because I'm all about buy local, right? If you can buy it in your county, you support business locally. You get it, and it was great. There were beautiful plants, and everything worked out wonderful. I redid my flower bed, and can't even remember the name of the plants now, but they were beautiful, and it turned out really well. So thank you.
Yeah.
So what are your hours?
So we are open Wednesday through Saturday from 9 to 5, and then Sunday noon to 5, and we're closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
That's great though. So you're open when folks are wanting to work and
On the weekends, right, exactly. And then Monday and Tuesday, I'm usually running around getting more, buying more plants. But we just have a great time. And so speaking of locals, like all of our plants come from local growers. Even the bag products we sell, a company up in McDade, we get really great quality organic cotton burr compost and things like that. And so our mission is to help people beautify their space and have plants that are going to hold up. Because, you can spend a lot of money on plants. So you want to be able to have things that can come back year after year. So we buy mostly like Texas native plants, and we educate people about those. That's kind of one of our passions too, because a lot of people are not that familiar with Texas native plants because like at the big box stores, they just have buyers that buy for all around the country. And you don't know if you're going to buy something that's going to work where you live.
Right, it's going to be hard and weird.
so if people come and say, I have a new house and I've kind of got this area and I don't know what to do with it, you'll help them decide what to put there?
Yes, absolutely. So we talk to folks, we find out, what the soil's like and if it's sun or shade, and we just take them around the nursery and show them the different options. We also work with different landscapers too. If they need someone to help them come and plant, we can give them some names to check out some folks.
That's
to do that for them.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, all the new homes going in, and TJ, you mentioned the freeze last year. Folks have lost things, and so if you're going to replace it, you might as well replace it with a native plant that you know is going to be able to thrive in
Yes.
our climate. Not
Yes.
everything can thrive in
That's
Central
right.
Texas climate.
And well, you know, another thing is that people probably don't think about is weddings, right? So when people are getting married, they're looking for plants for a lot of people like to use live plants for their weddings, and that's a big deal. Do you deal
Right.
with that a lot?
Yes, we do that, and then also we've made like succulent arrangements to go, you know, as centerpieces for the.
Yeah, because I know you guys did the Bastrop County Bridal Extravaganza, right? I believe you guys were in that last year. Is that correct?
No, we didn't participate in that one.
Maybe that was the year before that. Well, anyway, you need to come out and do that because a local nursery for that'd be great. And so
Yeah.
we talked about destination weddings and how that's such a big thing now.
We've got a lot of
Bastrop
venues
County,
in
we
Bastrop.
do a lot.
Well, and also just wedding gifts. I think that it's
Yeah.
really neat when people have planted a tree in memory of somebody or on a
Yes.
wedding anniversary.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I've helped several people who have bought trees to plant as a memorial, and we have a delivery service too, so that's nice. We can just take it and bring it, and then just a lot of different options.
That's great. That's great. And so you guys have trees. If you want to do a live Christmas tree that you can plant afterwards, they can come out and buy a tree and then plant it in their yard afterwards.
Right, we have like loblolly pines, different types of like
Nice.
Arizona cypress. That's that kind of bluish looking
Ooh,
cypress.
pretty.
Blue point junipers, things like that. So if you want to decorate it up, and then at the end of the holiday, you just put it in the ground. You don't have to worry about having to haul it off or do something with it.
I love that. You know, I'm
And then you have a Christmas memory. You know that's the year that you
Oh, yeah,
planted that
planted
tree.
that tree,
Yes.
absolutely. You know, I'm not a green thumb person. I could barely keep my aloe vera alive until Debbie Denny kind of took me under her wing and said, "You're gonna make this garden grow. You're not gonna let all this stuff die." So she is my garden guru, and she tells me when I'm supposed to do this, and she'll say,
Oh,
"When's the last time you mulched?" I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh God."
nice.
But it's great, and I found that I really like it. At first I was like, please don't make me do this, you know? And now that I'm, I got some beautiful rose bushes going and it's just a really pretty garden for Tiffany. And so yeah, if you haven't tried gardening, it would be a good idea to
Go
reach
visit
out to.
Melissa.
Yeah, come and see us, and we'll take you under the wing. And one of my favorite things to do is just to talk to people. They bring pictures, take some pictures of your area, and then I ask them to take pictures and bring them back and show me what it looks like when they're done. And it's so
that's
fun to be a
fantastic.
part of that. Yeah, and so because so
That's
many
fun.
people have been home quite a bit, the last couple of years more than
Right.
they usually are. And so it's really neat to have an opportunity to beautify that space if that's going to be a place where you're going to be hanging out. So.
Wonderful.
And we also have gift certificates. It'd be a great Christmas present. People can just come out, and if you're not sure what kind of plants they like or what they need, just give them a gift certificate, and they can come and we can help them find just the perfect plants.
That's great. I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming out and talking to us. And
Thank
one
you.
more time, will you tell the people your web address?
Okay, we're at GraystoneGardensTX.com. We also have a Facebook page, Graystone Gardens, and it's Gray, Graystone.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you, and thank you for highlighting local businesses. It's so important that we support each other.
Absolutely. Let's support each other and support those local businesses. See you soon.
So we're here with my dear friend Amberly with Classic Bank. And Amberly is also the president of CASA. And this coming up the weekend of December 18th from noon to 6 here at the Hampton Inn, we're doing our third annual Christmas Market and Fair, and all the proceeds from the big raffle go to CASA. And so I want you to come on and tell everybody about how amazing CASA is and what they do.
Well, CASA's pretty amazing. If you're not familiar with CASA, our CASA here covers Bastrop, Lee, and Fayette counties, and it stands for Court Appointed Special Advocates. And so what that means is when children go into the system, CASA will pick up those children, and an advocate is assigned to that child and stays with that child all the way through until they either are adopted, go back to their family, or age out. And so those are the three ways. And so that advocate's going to stay with them all the way through that process. So even though they might get bumped around to different other agencies or different people, CASA's that one remaining person that sticks with them.
So TJ, you know, CASA's near and dear to my heart. I was a volunteer for many years and served on the board until I became mayor. And one of my very first cases, I was with the little boy for 5 years. And
Wow.
by the time he was adopted, he was 8. And I was the one adult he had seen more than any other adult. And that was just weekly visits. So it is filling a void. We wish that none of the kids were in the system, but they are, and it's scary. And to have, you can imagine a sweet face like Amberley or one of the wonderful advocates, the people who are willing to give the time and go through the training, and to be a familiar face. Because sometimes they move from different foster homes, they may get moved around, may get moved around between relatives, but to have a familiar face that remembers them and knows them, it's just really a wonderful service.
And some sort of normalcy.
Right.
That person, you know, because you see them every week or you talk to them every week, and so that person kind of becomes their stability, and so it's not really a place, but it becomes that person. So
Right.
it's really important.
I'm really excited to get started back with CASA in January, so I had to take a little break because of my daughter's illness, but it's January after the new year. I'll take another case, and so I'm really excited about that because it is an opportunity to make an impact on someone's life. I mean, in a really big way. And, you know, I have 8 children, and 4 of my 8 children I adopted through Child Protective Services when they were 4, 5, 7, and 9. And CASA was a big part of that. You know, there were issues in foster care, and CASA stood by my side and said, this is not acceptable, and did a lot of things. They truly put the best interests of the kids at heart, you know, and we need all the help we can get here. Like Connie was saying earlier to me, she said that, you know, Bastrop is growing, and as the county grows, the need grows, right?
That's
and
correct.
So if people are interested in volunteering, I know that CASA's always available to train additional volunteers.
Absolutely. So Rita at our office does all the training, and it's a very extensive training. So you really get to learn, and you learn a lot of things about the children.
So you're prepared.
Yeah.
You are,
you're very
yeah.
prepared. And if you think that you don't want to be an advocate, there's all kinds of ways that you can volunteer. You can volunteer and be on the board. Or you can help out with the events, the fundraisers, or you can donate.
Absolutely.
So,
And you know, guys, all the way up till the day of the Christmas market, December 18th, you can make donations at any of the locations on the BCBOA's website. There's a list of locations where you can drop off toys and gift cards and diapers and any type of items that you would like to donate to the children who are in foster care, got tongue-tied, foster care, and working with the CASA advocate here in Bastrop, Fayette, and Lee counties. You can also bring them to the Christmas market because we are still going to accept them there. Come by the Christmas market. There's a bounce house, free for the kids. There's just all kind of vendors, and it's an outdoor market, so you don't have to worry about safety. You know, plenty of social distancing. So we want you to come by and have hot cocoa and just really have a good time at the market.
I so much appreciate the time that you put into being president of the board, and we know that that's not your full-time job, but you've done such a fantastic job at your full-time job. I heard you got a promotion.
I did. Yes, I'm not the branch manager at Classic Bank anymore, so we do have a new branch manager. And if you don't know him, you should stop by and meet him. He's pretty nice.
And guess what? He's here.
He is.
He is here. So we're about to talk to him. Thank you so much for coming out. You're always amazing, but stick around because I want you to introduce me to this new branch manager.
All right, I'll do.
So I'm here with Dan Nichols, and of course I've asked Amberly to hang around here with me and introduce us. So I understand that you took her position at Classic Bank, and Amberly, you're still with the bank, and you're still working out of Bastrop. You're just doing a different position,
Yeah,
correct?
instead of managing people, now I'm managing products. So Dan gets all the people now as the vice president and branch manager over there. So.
And so how are you liking it?
Oh, I love it. I've been with Bastrop. I've lived in Bastrop since 2008. And I worked for another financial institution for the last 11 years. And the last 3 years, I was commuting to Austin. And
ouch. That's
right, I was really itching to come back to my community. My wife works here. My kids go to school here. And really looking for something I could call home. And opportunity came up at Classic, and it's felt like home, to be honest. Love the culture of the bank, the willingness to help the community, the passion they have for their customers. My coworkers like Amberley, she's been a great help, helping me onboard and meet people, and I love it. It's night and day from where I'm from, and I'm so excited to be there.
That's great. That's great. And so I understand your wife, she works at the intermediate school, right? So
That's
she was
correct. She's an AP at the intermediate school, so.
That's wonderful. Yeah. It's all about community, right? And when you in a position like you're in, you're really in a great position to help the community. I know Amberley has done a lot for the Bastrop County, and I'm sure that you're filling some big shoes there, buddy.
Oh,
but
yes.
I know that you can do it.
Yeah, Amberley and she's been kind of a consultant for me, and we've participated in a lot of events. We participated in the Veterans Car Show, Hope Fest at Community Gardens, the Countywide Pajama Party, and on the 18th, we have something coming up.
Yeah, you're
here,
gonna
so-
do the
Christmas market.
Yeah.
So that's for CASA
right,
as well.
Right.
And Classic Bank, you guys always do the wedding show every year. You've become really iconic for Bastrop, and everybody sees you when they go. And your bank's beautiful. It's a beautiful bank.
It really is.
I know I've never heard anybody say anything ugly about Classic Bank. It's always been really positive feedback. So I know that your customers, they feel that sense of care and that sense of community that is part of your culture. So,
Well, our mission statement is excellent customer service, and so
Well,
Yeah.
that's
I believe
definitely
that.
what we strive for.
Absolutely.
I believe that. And so, guys, you want to come out and meet Dan and come by the bank. When are you there that they could just come in, pop in and meet you?
I'm there 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So come on in.
Perfect.
Ask for Dan the Man, if that makes it easy.
Dan the Man, I like that.
Yeah.
Give me Dan the Man. That's perfect. Yeah, and that's a big deal. And I think you honestly mean that. Come out and meet me.
All right.
A
Absolutely.
lot of people say, "Oh, I'll come by and meet," but I feel like that. Yeah, you mean it. Come by. Let's have a cup of coffee
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
talk about our community and what we can do to make it a better place to live.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
My
for coming
pleasure.
on the show.
Thank
We
you so
really
much for having
appreciate it. And welcome back home to Bastrop. We're
Thank
glad
you.
to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.